Hey, sissy. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Discount. Hey, Becky. Who else is here? Grape Ape. These are Nova Scotia Duck and Retriever puppies. We're going to do ENS and ESI as soon as they're done eating. They literally just woke up as Ellie came back in the box. So I know I'm live when you're not asleep. Crazy, isn't it? Hey, Mary. She says, I eepy, though. Look at her poor baby girl. She says, so sleepy. Thanks for the heart me's. I appreciate them. Everybody is nursing and just sleeping. Do I sound tired? I probably am. I'm always tired. I don't feel tired. But... Hey, look. There's the red. Remember? As well as that red. Yeah, no, I feel okay. I'm not sleeping well at night still. And we know who to blame. Where's my finger pointer? I can point it at you because you're the one to blame. Not them. They eat pretty well. And I'm in for the rest of the night. I don't have to go back out. But I was adulting like a champ today. I got all sorts of things, non-puppy things done that I needed to get done. And hey, Haley, how are you? Hey, Chris. And I walked 2.5 miles. How about that? No, you've missed nothing, Chris. We just got started. I didn't go live this morning. I went in and played with puppies, but I didn't go live. I'm trying to spend time where I'm just focusing on babies, and the live is sometimes distracting. Ellie, why don't you lay down, sissy? She says I can't. They do look very chunky. I'm going to weigh them also. When did I weigh them last time? I don't know. About 10 last week, yeah. And if everybody is gaining, this may be the last time I may move to once a week to weigh them. I may even stop weighing them. But people like to know what puppies weigh. I don't know what I do know the obsession because I'm obsessed about it. Hold on, I'm just changing sheets on my clipboard. We're doing ESI and ENS. If you'd like to know what those are, I can explain them to you. Happy to do that. Yeah, everything I got today, everything I got done today, I didn't get a cookie for, so it was hard to motivate myself to get them done. But I did get them done, and that's all that matters. What are you doing, beanies? So today is day 10 for them. Is it really day 10? How did that happen so quickly? Oh, thank you for the cookies. Do you know what I can't find? Do you remember those hammocks that I use for the puppies? I can't find them anymore. I don't see them on anywhere. I don't see them here. I don't see them in any store. And that's really a bummer because I loved those hammocks. I do have the board still. You're getting the little wooden hammock. That's right. I haven't checked recently. We are no open eyes, no wide open eyes, but we're getting eyes. We're definitely getting eyes. And then tomorrow's going to be a busy day. Annoyingly busy. But I should be able to sleep a little bit. I think they come from I don't see them there, Michelle. It's exactly where they come from. It is exactly where they come from, and I have not been able to find them. I got them. The last litter, I don't even think I had one for the little monsters. I think the last litter I got them for were the cookies. Yeah, feel free to look. The only one I found was like $90, and I'm not spending $90 for it. I did submit the puppy paperwork, so I'm just waiting for the stud dog owner to sign off on that, which is exciting. Is that exciting, CP? She goes, oh, It's so sleepy now that they're nursing. Hold on. I'm going to move puppies a little bit so that she can, let me put you guys here for a minute. Right? You can see it. So let me move these guys, sister. Come here, chunky monkey. And let me get this baby out front. Oh, come here. You're fine. Okay, now lay down, Ellie. Lay down. There you go, sister. There you go. She didn't want to lay down because she didn't want to hurt the babies. Yeah, if you can find it, that'd be great. She did not want to lay down because she didn't want to hurt the boo-boos. Who's upside down? Who's upside? Oh, that's Mossy, my favorite. Mossy. Maybe, I don't know if Mossy's my favorite, but I love Mossy. I love them all. I don't need to love Victor because everybody else loves Victor. Everybody else loves Victor. Why don't you lay down all the way, sister? Lay down. Put your head down. And then the puppies can get in easier. She's like, leave me alone. I know how to do this. Jenna. There's Jenna. I know. I love them all. I do. I mean, I talk about favorites, but that's not really... Oof, your nails need to get done. I need to do dog nails tomorrow. That's what I have to do. I have to take Snark. Oh, that's not for this live. We got to go do something. And I think that's all I have to do tomorrow, but... Hello, hello. Oh, that's right. Snark has a grad party to go to, and they don't want to drive over because it's kind of in the country. They don't want to drive themselves, so fudge. Fudge. I'm going to have to drive her to the grad party. It's okay, Ellie. Lay down. I got the puppies under control. I got those... What are you doing? You're supposed to be aping, sissy. Oh, my God. Is that not... That is Jenna. Look at all that beautiful white she has on her. Again, we are not breeding for color, but when we get it, isn't that nice? Did you pee? She said I might have peed. Yeah, I don't mind driving it. It's just, I'm just, like, tired. These puppies are not for sale. There are 3 girls and 2 boys. They are 10 days old. And they are doing great. I just changed their pee pad. They were... Okay. There is... So we'll go through names. This is Nori, who's a girl. This is Jenna, who's a girl. This... Look at that. Look at that. Walking. He's actually... She's doing it to poop, but... Oh, that's disgusting. They're standing up to poop. I do prove Mom and Dad. Let me clear some of that out for you, sister, so you're not so sick to your stomach. They all have homes. They all have, that was Moss, and there is Victor, and right there is Echo. I guess I am more tired than I thought I was. Yeah, well, they're starting to poop on their own, and they're at the nasty... They're at the nasty poop stage, unfortunate. I mean, it's still very normal, but it's gross. Both parents are proven in confirmation, and Dad has some titles on the other end. What do God doing? Do you poop on your head? Could we not have poop on our head, please? Who did that to you? Did one of your siblings do that to you? Puppies are gross. I do co-ownership. You can ask me. I'm happy to answer any questions. I co-own all of my puppies to ensure that they are... Oh, everybody's pooping on their own. Yuck. Blech. This is disgusting. I'm not even going to show you guys because you don't want to see it. That butt needs to be cleaned too. I'll take care of this, Ellie. I'll take care of that for you. You don't want to see that. Oh, I got butts I need to wipe. Sorry, hold on a second. Nori, did you poop again? Nori says I did poop again. Here. Clean that puppy, and I'll clean this puppy. Sorry, I know it's gross, but they're babies, and that's what babies do. Who doesn't want to see some hell? I don't want to see it, that's for sure. So now we're at the changing the pad, like, consistently. The largest chicken tender combo, right? Don't lick off the carpet, baby girl. You don't need to do that. I do co-own all of my dogs, whether they go into show homes or not, because it's the only way if something terrible happens that I can be guaranteed that I can get them back. I will always take my puppies. What are you doing, Stinky Pinky? Okay, it's the only way I can be sure that I can get my puppies back and can take care of them. I do not place dogs in service dog homes because I am not well versed enough in the needs of a service dog, nor am I persuaded that Tollers consistently make good service dogs. Maybe that's what I should say. Not that they can't make good service dogs, but they don't do it consistently enough. And if they fail out, they have washout rates. Oh, you're looking for poodles? Good job. That's a brilliant job to get a service dog from Poodles. What are you doing? Okay, so now I'm going to put this here so you guys can watch puppies. And I am going to, we're going to do some ESI with the feather. Come here, you're moving around. Actually, oh, stop, hold on. This is not going to work this way, guys. Kind of controlled chaos today. Is that me? Is that me? Is it really, like, chaotic today? All right. Here we go. Oh, okay. You know, don't be afraid to look off of the website, off of TikTok. I also pull my shirt up. My boobs hanging out. Okay, so we have Jenna. Jenna was girl number 1. She's so pretty. She's so pretty. Let's see what she thinks of the feather. We're going to give her this to smell. She kind of likes it. I would say that's a new... She kind of likes it. I'm going to give that a plus. I'm not really sure. It's so hard to tell. Now we're going to do ENS. So she's going to do... She says, I eep and don't understand why I have to work right now. But that's okay. 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000. Ripped her dew claw for the 4th time. Maybe take it off. Good girl. Oh, look at the eyelids. Eyelashes. Can you see the little pretty eyelashes? What? It's like a little baby golden nugget. It is. I think I'm going to weigh them while they're quiet now, rather than handling them, trying to do it twice. Okay. So this is Jenna, first puppy born. I would have said it was a positive towards the feather because she definitely stuck her nose back into it. Now we put them in. Can I just remove one? Yeah. Why not? It's not going to throw her off balance. Won't affect how she walks. Holy moly, Pig Little. Wow. Here we go. Hold on, Victoria. Hold on. Okay. So, I got a lot of... We'll get to your boy in just a minute. Here he is. He's eeping. And goes, here I is. Oh my. I don't get weighted anymore. But first thing we're going to do... Oh, shush, 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 shush. You want to sniff that? You want to sniff that? Oh, you like that? Says, yeah, that was okay. That was interesting. He is huge. He doesn't even get weighed anymore. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. Good boy. Oh, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Upside down now. I got you. I got you. I got you. I have you. Shh, 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 shh. There you go. There you go. See? 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 Look at you. And we'll play with your feet while we have you there. Do you match puppies based on temperament? Absolutely, Danny. It is astronaut training. He said, yeah, I'm going to be astronaut. Okay. So he got a positive for the feather. That's Victor's first positive. And we're not weighing him because he's so big he doesn't need to be weighed. He's huge, so we're not weighing him. And where's Nori Dory? Nori's still... Where's Nori? Nori's over here. Come here, little sister. Up. Yeah, here she is. Nori says, hello, everybody. 13 years? It feels like nothing. You like that? What do you think of that? She's like, ooh. She's like, that's kind of interesting. Do you like that? Oh, look at Nori going to bite it. Good girl, Nori. We like puppies who like feathers, don't we? We do. And up. I should have weighed her first, but here we go. And upside down, I gotcha. Do you think it would be impossible to attend any dog show? Yeah, you should, absolutely. It's absolutely, it's possible and it's encouraged. And there we go. And we touch your little feeties, feeties. Oh. Come on, Nori. Let's see what your weight is. Hopefully you've put on more weight. And then after we're done with this, do you think I could get away with grinding nails on the live, or should I not? I probably shouldn't. Because people will get mad. Holy moly, Nori. Wow. That's what we're talking about, sister. Do you have a video on show etiquette? I don't. I should. Where are you? Where are you? Ba-ding! You'd be surprised at how horrible people are, Danny. Just force feeding fried rice to the toddler. You could do it like they do with geese, you know, and put the tube down their throat and just pack it in. That's how they make foie gras. If you like foie gras, you should know it is an aggressively, very physically aggressive food production methodology. Who are you? Oh, is this Seepies? Who's that? That's Mossy, so this is Nori. I mean, this is Echo. Hold on, we're weighing people. No. But the nail grinding, people are very sensitive. Like, if you try to grind puppies' nails, people get very, like, not good. I think this is Echo, actually. Because that was Nori. Well, it doesn't matter. I'll figure it out when I take her out. Let's see. There you go, sister. Let's see what you are. Okay. Yep, it is her. Let me just write this down and then we'll do her stuff. You did not gain a ton today, but you did yesterday. And you're quite solid and you're definitely more than twice your weight. Can I have that puppy? Could you not poop that puppy? She says, no, I will. All right, then we'll weigh Moss while we're waiting for you. Look at another tank. Okay. It is an old-fashioned intercom, yes. And I didn't feel like running new drywall when we painted, so it doesn't work. We took it out upstairs. And this was always an extra room, honestly. Kind of not a spare room, but, you know, not the center of attention until my mom moved in. Look at Chunky. Wouldn't it be fun if it worked? Let's see, we're going to go 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Whoop, whoop, a doop. 1, 1,000. You're fine. You're fine. There we go. All right, let's see. What do you think of the feather? Echo's like, hey. And that was a big, he just took a really big, like, good puppy. All right, so hold on. Still have to do, we did Nori. He was a positive. We did that. He was that. He hasn't broken 1,000 yet. I'm kind of bummed by that. That was actually Echo. Is this Moss? This is Moss. Moss hasn't done her stuff yet. Moss says, haven't done stuff yet. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. I did, and it is all available on the OFA. And it is also available on the Breed Archive, as well as their pedigrees. Oh. I know. You want to sniff this? Come on, Moss, settle down. Moss is like, oh, look, she's like, oh, wait, hold on. She's like, oh, hold on, that'll calm it. Look at them all. She's all upset until, yeah, there you go. Moss is like, oh, I like that. Look, 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 look. I told you she was my favorite. Yeah, look at that. Did you like that? She goes, I like that very much. Now go back to your mama. Aha! That's a check. That's a plus plus. How many total Toller litters have I ever had? 6. How many I'm going to have? I don't know. Told you I liked Mossy. Was that the question? How many have I ever had, or how many am I going to have? How many am I going to have? I don't know. How many have I had? This is 6. She is Gen 1. She is Gen 1 because I bred this girl. You sent 500 comments. You're so funny. I bred this girl. She's like, oh, hold on. And, it's so much time. But did everybody see Mossy chewing on this? They're all CP now. She's 3. And she has her chick number, her grand championship. The sire has his grand and some performance titles. Her mother is a versatility champion. Her father was a club champion. I pinned her and Victor. Did you really, Michelle? Can you roll over and let them eat? Could you? They would like to eat, sister. She's like, I don't wanna. Thank you. Let him eat. She's like, I don't wanna. You got blocked by saying you have diabetes? You got blocked for saying you have diabetes? That's crazy. What is the rarity? They're not common, but unfortunately they're getting more common because everybody who has one decides they can breed them. These are Nova Scotia duck trolling retrievers. You cannot type today. Can we get you over here, Jen? Jenny, come here. Come here. Jenna goes, oof. She said, if we're eating. She said, if the bar is open, I'm drinking. Yes, she is here. My breedings are too young to know about longevity, but the dogs they're bred from tend to be pretty long-lived. Well, COI is a relative thing. You can't keep a breed without having. So, okay. It's called the coefficient of inbreeding, but inbreeding is kind of a slur at this point. And controlled line breeding, where you are dedicated and know what you're breeding to, is a completely viable way to lock in type and lock in type. Why are their noses pink? They are self-colored and they always have been. I think that's maybe the Chesapeake in them, but I don't know why or how they did that. You're funny. You're like the second person to ask me that, so I may need to get an answer to that question. Okay, so we have about 9% weight gain by Jenna, about 8% for Nori. I'm going to say another 8% for Echo. And Moss, actually, probably only about 4%. But she gained 12% yesterday, so I'm okay. No, our pedigrees go back to those. That's not correct. Our pedigrees go back that far, but there were dogs behind them. In the pedigree, that's what's there, yeah. I think it's... Respectfully, I'm going to say I've seen dogs that are 35% COI who are wonderful, healthy dogs and sound and sane with no issues. And I've seen dogs with a 0.2% COI that I wouldn't touch. It's just one thing. I don't think you can, if you breed to limit COI, then you're going to close doors on yourself. You're going to close doors on yourself that you don't necessarily want to. That's like people who will only breed NN dogs. If you're only breeding NN dogs, you're going to close a lot of doors. Everybody like the feather. Would you like me to close that blind so it's not in your face? I will, sister. I will. I just have to get up. Crud. Oh, I put that in there so we'd have some nice... So are they inbred dogs? They rarely are in a loaf of bread. They are not inbred, no. Are they carefully line bred with some level of COI? Yes. But here's the thing. This is what you're missing. If you breed wide open COIs where a dog is like a 0.1%, you might never know what type you're going to get. You might have no sense of what the dog is going to look like. Part of having it... Go ahead. If you need to go potty, go ahead, sister. Go ahead. Go potty. She's like, okay, I will. There's something living under the shed, and Ellie has to go check on it every day. Ellie has to go check. It's not... what I'm getting at is the COI itself is not a standalone indicator of whether or not a dog is too closely line bred or not. You have to know the pedigrees that you're breeding and what you're doing which dogs are behind that increased COI to know. There's not talk of it. That's in Finland. Chris, that's not talk. That's actually going forward in Finland. I don't know what PAT temperament testing is. I have no idea what that is. Ellie. Good girl. I know. It's a toy graveyard, sister. Here, I will close the curtains for you. So this is the nursery where the puppies are. It's also a generic. My son uses it as a study. There are about 5 breeds. They're out crossing Dobermans too to try to get rid of DCM. There's our fireplace. That's where our pads are being stored until I put them away when we're done. Oh, no. Yeah, well, that's different, Grape Ape. This is a program that is only being done in Finland, and it's very, very regulated. That's where my medical supplies are for the dogs. There's the incubator and the oxygen tank, which I will put away soon. The television that we have on regularly for noise, the fan to help regulate temperature. when the puppies get a little bit bigger, they'll start coming over this bar, and then we'll turn all of this into a puppy space. I'm the problem with breeders, or I'm the problem, or all breeders are the problem. I'm not sure that I understand your grammar, Tyler. But these dogs will never be part of the problem for rescue overpopulation, and I'm happy to talk to you about that, but you need to tighten up your grammar a little bit. I just found out about it from your live like 3 days ago. I'm not mad, Tyler. Not at all. Dude. That's so funny. Do you temperament test puppies? So interesting. Not officially. I do a lot of things with my puppies every day. And I have a very good friend of mine who is qualified to do Volhard testing and other temperament testing for puppies. And I wanted her to come up. I had a litter of 9, and I wanted her to come up and do it. And she said, honestly, temperament testing is a day of picture, and it isn't necessarily reflective of who the dog is going to be. She said it's more important to look at them over a series of weeks and make those notes and make your decision from there. And then if I have questions, I can I consult with her on that. I don't know what the puppy aptitude test is, Bish. Do you take puppy? Absolutely. I've never had a home not work out, but I would absolutely take every puppy back. That's why I co-own them, because if anything ever happened, they can always come home. They can always come home. But I spend so Bish, with that in mind, I don't do a formal test. I do a lot of different exposures over a period of time. And I think that gives me a really good sense of who the puppies are. Temperament testing is very subjective. And that's what, I had not used it before that litter because I felt like I knew the puppies well enough. And then I talked to my friend Heather about doing it when I had that large litter. And she said, if you're with those puppies every day, all day, you know them better than any one test. Because a test is a snapshot in time. It's just a snapshot in time. It's one more piece of information, right? It's absolutely one more piece of information. It's not a bad way. It's another good socialization opportunity for the puppies. But yeah. So I don't know if that answers the question. She is now laying outside of the box because she's too hot in here. Any place you get a dog from. What is the matter, sissy? She's just laying over there on the floor, cooling off. So that's what I do. I watch them a lot. I look at them. I consult with my children, who are now like young adults. And if I have other people over, we'll consult with them. If I have a question, I have a number of people that I will call, and we'll look at it. Oh, good for you, Victoria. How are you feeling? Okay. They're all sleeping now. They said that was a lot of work. They said getting weighed and eating breakfast or eating dinner or 5th dinner. I'm glad. Good. Eating like 5th dinner and having to sniff that feather. Well, see, so it was one day. Maybe it didn't do well. And there's no good or bad. There's no pass or fail. Were there elements that it did not excel at? What were those elements? And the question then becomes, if, for example, that day the puppy didn't want to explore unfamiliar surfaces, but normally the puppy loves exploring unfamiliar surfaces and weird things, then you got to take that with a grain of salt, right? This is Ellie's first litter. Laura Reeves has a podcast where she talks to a woman who does puppy temperament testing for guide dogs. And that's far more comprehensive than Volhard. And even she says, but it's just a snapshot in time. Yeah, she'll likely only have one more. What does it look like? It's not bad. You do have to groom them regularly. They will mat behind their ears and in other places, and you have to trim their feet. If anything, she's just not as into strangers as the other pup, Fair. And it depends on the breed also. Someone in your neighborhood has a well-bred, well-trained protection mount. I would never get a protection dog. No, this is not a dog farm. This is not. This is my first litter this year, and likely my only litter this year. I had 2 last year, but this is my first one this year, and I think that's the way it's going, right? So here, okay, do you want to hear, Warrior, do you want to hear my rant about ATT titles? I could rant about ATT titles. So, and I'm going to. Many years ago, let's say 25 years ago, I had a rescue dog. And the ATTS was a standalone society that did temperament tests. And that test took place over about an acre of land, and it was increasing levels of pressure were put on the dog. It was similar to the AKC because the AKC bought it out, but it was far more challenging. You know, you walked past somebody, you greeted somebody, you walked past a dog, you walked past it like a umbrella popping open. Then there was another thing, I don't remember, it was Sunday, had to let somebody greet them. Then you turned your back and they shot a gun behind you and they waited to see what the dog did. Then you walked over an unfamiliar surface and an unfamiliar, unstable surface. And then you saw a stranger running perpendicular to you, probably 20 feet away, right? And it ran perpendicular and erratically. And then the last level was that the dog ran towards you. The guy ran towards you, and he was in a bite suit, but he was banging the stick like they do, and he was yelling and banging the stick. And for the dogs like Rottweilers, etc., they offered you a second holder just to be sure. And then you sat down with the judge, and the judge went over it with you, and they were judging to what your breed should do. It was far, far more intensive than the AKC test. I have now run the AKC test with 3 different dogs, and I can obedience train the AKC test. You could not obedience train the ATTS test. You couldn't, and you just couldn't. And you know, like, so, and the reaction to the advancing stranger was very much dependent upon my breed. Like, I had a Springer. He ran out and started to bark at him. When he saw I wasn't coming, he ran right back to me and went, "Dude, you need to take care of this. It is not my business." I'm sorry to hear that, Jaden. And, you know, when the gun went off, some dogs startle, and they're allowed to startle. My dog just looked at me like, "Again, you missed the bird." It's the American Temperament Test Society, used to be what the name is. And now it's called the Temperament Test, and the title is the ATT. So it's very watered down. I don't think it really matters for anything anymore. I'll be really honest. To me, it doesn't prove anything, because I've done it in two different environments, and it was just ridiculously easy. It has been completely watered down. I would also point out that the farm dog certificate, which used to be, when the farm dog certificate first came out, that test was much harder. Now, like, I passed it by having my dog walk by a rabbit in a crate. You know, I mean, I could obedience train the farm dog title, and it was a joke. I've got 2-3 dogs with farm dog titles, and I probably won't do any more because I just don't think that they prove anything. They were bred to be bird dogs. They are one of 2 tolling breeds. Tolling is where a dog runs up and down the shoreline chasing a ball, a bumper, or a stick with their tail up in the air, gambling like a fox. And that draws geese in and ducks in because they are only slightly smarter than sheep, and they need to come in to see what their predator is doing. And so they come in, then the hunter dispatches the duck, and the dog goes out into the water and gets it and brings it back. So, yeah, no, there are judges out there, there are handlers who fill out paperwork for other dogs. You know, I mean, it doesn't even have to be, you shouldn't have to work that hard to get that test. That test is just so... You okay, sissy? don't fall off. She says, I am sleeping on the cot right now, thank you. What does good conformation look like? They should be balanced. They should have good return of stifle, nice layback of shoulder, a broad head with a slightly receding stop. They should be slightly longer than tall, between 18 and 21 inches, depending on the gender. So, yeah. I'm sorry, did I say that, Great Ape? That they're slightly smarter than sheep. Sheep are stupid. So anyway, so that's my feeling on temperament tests and the farm dog tests. They have been dummied down. I know that there are dogs that get their CGC at a dog show in a setup, and it's like really easy to do. So it's unfortunate. Like, I want people to do them. Yeah, this sheep are stupid. I want people to do them, but I think you're better off doing them at the culmination of an obedience class. If you farm dog is just problematic because it's just been watered down. I get, doing something is better than nothing, right? Yeah, they're dumb as a box of rocks. So I've ranted enough about tests. Any tips to get involved? Well, find your local club, find out when they meet, see if you can get an invitation to the meeting that you want to go, and then start volunteering and doing things. They are, I am her, and I don't want to sound too down on them because doing them is better than doing nothing, right? It is better than doing nothing. But when people want to breed on those titles, that's problematic. Oh no, goats are far smarter than sheep. Goats are far, far smarter than sheep. Goats are evil. These puppies, not yet. They are barely walking independently yet. They're not quite there. Yeah, it's better than any, I think Virtual House Manners is a good title. Trick Dog is excellent because those are things you actually have to teach your dog to do. The recommended health testing for these dogs, we have, to get our chick number, we only need hips, an eye exam, and a PRA genetic test. However, we have a genetic panel that is, I want to say has 9 or 10 tests on it. We also do elbows. I haven't done thyroid because I haven't had thyroid issues, but I do test for liver function, even though liver function isn't required. But I had one bad liver in a puppy, and so before my puppies go home, I do it's called a bile assay, but it's a challenge test. It's a feeding challenge to see if the puppy's bile acid goes out of normal levels, indicating that there might be a shunt, because I don't want to send a puppy who has a shunt to a home. They would stay with me. I said hips. I did. Did I not say hips, Ruby? I'm sorry. Yeah. No. We absolutely do hips. What is your selection project for ranking puppies? I don't have that hard. It's very holistic, warrior. I'm looking at structure. I'm looking at temperament. I'm looking at birdiness. These puppies all have homes. I don't sell my puppies on TikTok. This is just for everybody to get to enjoy them and to look at them and, vicariously cuddle them. It's a lot of things, right? How confident is the puppy? How aggressive is it in play? And not aggressive like vicious, but like physically aggressive. How fearless is it? Or is it a puppy who always starts with the answer no and needs to be brought along? You can DM me and send me your email address. Here's the story that I use. I had a family in Ellie's litter, actually, and they wanted a boy. They wanted a boy. They lived in Chicago, and they lived like in downtown Chicago. I do have a website. It's my name. It's Wild Water Tollers. Blah, 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 blah. So anyway, so they wanted a boy. But they lived in Chicago, and they were going to be, street walking this puppy, etc. And there was a little girl in the litter, and she was like a Walmart greeter. Every time you came over, she was scrambling to get out and climb to get you to pet her and visit her. And all she wanted to do was that people love her and pet her. And I told them, I said, I know you really want a boy, but I think this girl is for you. I think this is the Chicago temperament. This is what you need. And they love her. She was perfect. She was absolutely perfect for them. So I encourage people not to get too wrapped up in gender unless they already have a dog in the house and they're worried about same-sex aggression. It is, while boys can live together and girls can live together, it's typically easier to bring a girl in with a boy or a boy in with a girl. It's easier. But I do try to respect people's requests for gender, but I also encourage them to think outside the box when they're looking at gender preferences for the dog that's perfect for their home. No, I would never do that, Danny. What is your standard for a pup being an immediate companion home? I don't know what that means. Are there red flags to look at in the breed, things in certain lines to avoid? Well, I'm not talking about others. I think, okay, let's take a pause here. I think it is very, very, very difficult to raise, putting litter-mated syndrome aside, I think it is very, very difficult to have two puppies at the same age. I had two puppies at 4 months apart, and it was crazy difficult. It's really, really hard. It's just a lot of work. And those puppies deserve your complete attention, so I would not place two together. I did keep two puppies back from my last litter, but I sent one to a friend of mine who's helping me raise it right now. Are there red flag? What is your standard for pup being? All of my pets are all my puppies are pets first. They are first and foremost pets. They need to be able to live in a house as a pet before they do anything else. 110%. They're all pets. Will some of these pets be shown? Will some of them be bred? Yes. But I want that same temperament for all of them. They need to be able to live in your house peacefully. Red flags. Look for people who aren't doing genetic testing. Look at people. Again, now, these are red flags, but you need to have a conversation with people about, if you think that there is a test missing, ask them why that test is missing. If you think that somebody bred a dog that maybe wasn't proven, maybe you want to ask them why. I can tell you that I have bred girls without titles, and I can explain to you why. If you, temperament is really important, right? You want to make sure that, they have good temperaments in their lines. I think that's the most important thing. But red flags is a problematic phrase because there's a ton of gray in breeding dogs. There's so much gray, and you need to have a conversation with them. Like Ellie is not proven in the field. Ellie does not have performance titles at the end of her name. That's because Ellie doesn't live in my house. So I don't know. I can't control that. However, I've also had Ellie live in my house regularly, so I know who she is and I know what her temperament is and what kind of dog she is. How do you decide who you're going to keep? Well, I first narrow it down to the dogs that are most structurally correct, right? They have to be the most structurally correct dogs first. Then I will look at temperament. I want a good temperament. Hey, Echo. Echo, where's your puppy? No. Is that your puppy? No, there's your boy. There's your boy. There's Echo. And you'll hear me harp about temperament right there. He says, I'm right there, Echo. You'll hear me harp about temperament all the time. And I want everybody to be able to live with a good dog. And form follows function. So where was I? Where are we back? But I need good structure. And I will always look at good structure. That's key. But I want a temperament that I want to reproduce. I don't think I've produced a temperament that I would be unhappy to see reproduced. But there are some that I would like to improve. I have a couple of dogs that maybe were a little more worried than make me happy. But their mom was soft, so I get that. But they're still stable dogs, right? They're still stable, and to me, that's key. TCI, you know, I don't know, Warrior. I've done TCI. I won't do a surgical if I can possibly avoid it because I just don't like that added risk. And since we breed on the LH, since I've been breeding on the LH, I've been much more successful. And so that's what I'm going to do. And Tollers are not the most outgoing of dogs. There are some that are really friendly, but they are not necessarily the most outgoing dogs with strangers, and that is fine. However, that reserve should never be sharp or snippy. I have seen newborn x-rays. I have. They should never be sharp or snippy. Yeah, Stan, I love Stan. But Stan started from, I told you, his first answer to a new problem is no, I don't want to do it. But I think he's still a stable dog. I think he's still a steady dog. What are you doing, Ellie? You don't need to go back out. So yeah, there are a lot of things to look at when you're placing puppies. And it's very kind of holistic. You're asking me to boil down 10 weeks of watching puppies. Well, really 8 weeks of watching puppies to a day. Right. There he is. Isn't he adorable? Look at that face. He's doubled his... Echo, are you still there? He has doubled his weight. He's got a little weight on his face. Does he a tail tip? I don't think he's a tail tip. He is not a tail tip. He's very sweet. He's a big chunky. Their eyes should start opening very soon. Very, very soon. He has... What he loved the feather today. He thought the feather was very good. Not as much as Moss liked it. She wanted to eat it. She thought it was really tasty good. Let's see, Moss liked a lot. Echo liked a lot of things. He liked the vanilla. He liked the rubber band, which was weird. He liked the quail and the bay leaf and the feather. He didn't get any weight on his tail, but look, he's starting to get a little weight on his face. He'll have a little bitty weight on his face. And he doesn't really have a Jasper kiss. Oh, I sorry, boo-boo. I'm so sorry. He goes, I big boy, not as big as my brother, but I am a big boy. And you can see that their ears are starting to open. I've been showing you guys this every day. Do you see how that hole is just getting a little bit bigger? We've already started playing things for them. Today they listened to fireworks. Ooh, I should keep a list of what we're doing. Tollers can have absolutely no white, and our standard says that an otherwise unmarked dog of good quality is not to be penalized. Why do I have that line memorized? I don't know, but I do. So, yeah. People prefer the whites. Some people like a solid head. But that flash is nice. This is Opa. This is Jenna and Mossy. Oh, it might have been Sweet Tea typing. They are fine. They are talking, but they are fine. You're going to come in and see them anyways? I'm going to come see them anyway. He says, excuse me. Look, can we talk about your extended warranty? Come on over here, sissy. She says, I want to be in here too. Look at her. She says, I would like to be here too. They're all okay. They're beautiful. Do not lick my face with your poop mouth. You have puppy poop breath. I love you, but, even I have my limits, sister. No, don't lick my leg. Please don't do that. That's gross. Yeah, I should keep a list of everything I play for them in the days, kind of like I'm doing with the ENS. Oh, you do have dog breath, don't you? She says, I do have dog breath. But she's doing really well. She's super happy. She's lost all of her baby fat. She's eating better. Are you eating better? She says I am. Her favorite is dog food and yogurt. Right? She wants to know what we're watching. Would you like to find somebody's live? Should we go find a different live stream to watch? She says, no, I think I'm just going to lay here and keep an eye on my babies. Oh, so cute. She said, I just want to keep an eye on them. Make sure they're okay. I should. I should. That's actually a really good idea, Blue Raccoon. That's a really good idea. Can I do that? You think it's going to be white? You think what is going to be white? Oh my God. So cute. Look at him starting to walk. I'm sick and didn't get any sleep. Oh, sorry. Yeah, but I think I'm going to put a playlist on the Tube of You with all the videos that the puppies watch so that other people can use that. I'm going to send that on Messenger, not TikTok. Your cactus bloom is white. Okay, because that was kind of random. Oh, you're the gardener. You're the gardener. I can grow puppies. I'm sorry that you're sick. A lot of people I know didn't sleep well last night. I can't grow anything green. You have 75 houseplants? Holy moly. How many do you think I have, Grape Ape? None. I have 0. I have none. I have no gardening either. Oh, Grape Ape, I'm very sorry. That's terrible. I have a big fat 0. And I have no landscaping outside either. I have grass in a house. I know my neighbors hate me. But it's mowed. The lawn is mowed. A spider plant or a snake plant. I had a bunch of cactus at one point. I had these 3 cactus that I loved. And they were huge. And my ex left them outside on the deck when he was supposed to come bring them in. And they froze and died. My house doesn't need land. Well, I have the bushes. I guess Narnia is technically landscaping. Oh, now you work full time? Oh, in the nursery? That's fun. When I had a job, before I had a dog and I just had cats, I had a job that was super duper stressful. And I developed this weird habit, like I would be at a Home Depot or some other box store, and I would like go to the clearance rack and get the plants that were dying, the ones that they would give you, and then I would spend time nursing them and bringing them back to life. Why? Because so much other stuff was out of my control in my job that I couldn't make right, that I felt like I needed to be able to control something. You're 70. Are those all plants that you've taken? They are 10 days old. They're 10 days old, Jay. Are those plants that you've taken home and then because they were dying? So they just let them die. Yeah. But when I left that house, I left all those plants behind for the person who was moving in, and I didn't take them with me. How's that for hardcore? I was moving, and I went, yep, you all get to stay. And I just took the cats. They've never been bottle fed, Liam. They are still nursing with mom. All your blueberry bushes are from Lowe's dumpsters. That's awesome. You buy them full price. I would like to plant some blackberries because I love blackberries. The problem is that the birds love blackberries too. A free tree. They were born Tuesday, May 26th. They are chubby. They're doing really well. Oh, it isn't? Well, that's good to know, Grape Ape. They're Nova Scotia duck-tolling retrievers. I need... So Grape Ape, I really would conceptually like to put some things in the front of my yard. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I have those things. What are they? What plant are they? They make a big green leaf. And some of them are solid green, like a 2-foot long big leaf. And they're short. And they're ground cover. They're like... Oh, I love hydrangea. Hostas. That's what I have. I have a bunch of hostas. But I would like to put some other plants in, but I want to put indigenous plants in that like sun. because on one side of my house, I get a ton of direct sun, and I would like to put something in that I can put against my garage. Native plants, absolutely. I only want to put more native plants in. Bees. Good, I'm glad Nori's eating. Hey, Tiny Titans, how are you? How is Thor? His minions miss him. So cute. But I want a perennial. I don't want anything that I got to bring back every year. I can't be bothered doing that. If I can get them into the ground once, that's about all I'm going to do. You turn your ditch into a wildflower patch. That's cool. Spelia? Okay. Well, DM me. I also need... I would like something that likes a lot of water, because I have this drainage ditch. Like, Narnia becomes a pool of water. And I would like to put water-loving plants that like wet feet and some sun back there to help absorb the water. And I would fence it off for a while so the dogs couldn't get to it. Ooh, dogwoods, really. I love anything that's name is dog. Okay, here, Jenna, can I hold you? You are... Jenna, how did you get so fat? Jenna says, I don't know how I got so fat. You wanted me to grow, so I grew. My Jenna, you're such a good girl. These are Nova Scotia duck-tolling retrievers. They're 10 days old. They just did their... Are dogwoods? I thought dogwoods were trees. Aren't dogwoods trees? Oh, do I want a tree or a bush? What do you think, sister? I didn't know they could be a flowering bush. Yeah, they're very pretty flowers on the trees. But I want something that's going to, when... I'm working on drainage, but I also want plants that will, like, enjoy living in that wet during the spring and the fall. What do you think, sister? I don't think we can have magnolias here. Sergeant Pepper dogwood and Ivory Halo dogwood. Oh, DM those to me, will you, Grape Ape, please? Because I'll never remember. Hey, thanks for the likes, shares, and follows. I appreciate it. All right, I'm going to have to go look those up. I would love to do wildflowers along the side of my garage, but I think that they don't stay. Like, don't I have to plant them every year? Oh, I don't want to do that. You haven't had a scarlet and a flame name. I did have a flame. I have a flame. Haven't you had a scarlet and a flame? I've not had a scarlet. I've had a flame. Flammy. Flammy comes home on Monday. Flammy dammy ding dong. Flam dammy dam. Flammy ding 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 dong dong dong. Ding dingy dong. Is that right? Is that right? Yeah. I want perennial wildflowers. Right. So that's... I wouldn't mind having perennial wildflowers or something along the side of my garage. Do you want her back? I guess, if you say so. What do you think? Yes, I have a puppy. Here, you want to see why she's upset? I'll show you why she's upset. Because I have a puppy. She's very upset. Do not poop that puppy while I'm holding it. She's like, but it needs to be pooped. All right, fine. I will put it down. If you're going to be a bully. You're nothing but a bully, Ellie. Black-eyed Susans, purple cornflower, Shasta daisies, butterfly weed. That'd be cool. Sweetie. Oh, you feel better now? She goes, look, I have both of them now. I like that better. Oh, you thought you said, Sadie, that's funny. There were a lot of tollers there, though, weren't there? I think there were 5-point majors this weekend. My dogs will be in the field there on Sunday, Tiny Titans. Pippin, Nami, and Tam Terrific will all be there on Sunday. Yeah, she has. Hello, hello. She says, I've gotten more comfortable. I said, but you could let go of me now so I can take care of my babies. Look at them. Look. Oh, they're so cute. They're so cute. Oh, beanies. These are the 3 biggest. So the 2 littlest can go and get some time nursing without their siblings bothering them. But I'm not going to pick up another one because she's going to make me put it down. I'm not touching them. I am not touching them. I am not. She said, I think you are. Oh, I don't think so yet, Great Babe. They look like, where are you going? Are you leaving? Why are you leaving the puppies? Well, then go. Scoot. If you need to go, go. Look, I wasn't allowed to hold you. Oh, I do. I think that nursing mothers get an endorphin push, because if they didn't get an endorphin push, they wouldn't let babies do it, because it's not like super comfortable. Hey, Michaela, how are you? Oh, my Michaela. Who is she? This little girl was into the feather like you would not believe. She was numbing on it. She was eating it, going num, 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 num. She says, I like that feather smell. They all liked it. That's not Jenna. No, that's Echo. That's Moss. Mossy loved it the best. And then Echo. Yeah, that's Moss. Jenna and Nori are over behind me. Let's see, look how their ears are opening. She says, yes, good puppies. And also not enough white on her feet, though she's got the perfect amount. This may be the puppy that we keep. But not because of the white. I like Jenna. Don't get me wrong. There's Jenna. I like Jenna very. I like them all. It's a nice little litter. It's a nice solid little litter. No, I'm going to do it after I come off the live. Well, as long as your favorite is a girl, that's okay, Great Babe. Because I'm not... Do you need to go out? Okay. I gotta get up and let her out. I am not keeping another boy. I don't care what anybody says. Especially you, Beck. Are you relieved that there isn't a miss mark? I mean, oh, you're right. It always gives you an extra choice. Okay, go. Are you critter? She said, I'm crittering. I can't take you all the way back behind the shed because we lose connectivity. So, I mean, you're always a little relieved, right? Because then you don't have to, like, make any hard choices in that regard. Yeah, the loud one. You like the loud one. I thought you were team keep 2 also, though, Becky. I thought you were definitely team keep 2. She's back here. Let's see how far the connectivity goes. Hey, so does anybody other than Discount know what kind of dog Jordan's getting? Saint and Jordan is getting a puppy. Keep as many as you can. Apparently I saw that. I saw that. Okay, so she's still cave dwelling. Look. We're not nesting puppies under there. She still wants to take puppies under there. No, we're not doing that. She said we could. Yeah, I'm curious too. She said it's a breed that wasn't, so I don't think she's getting an English Cocker or a flat coat. And then she was talking about doing scent detection and things. Maybe she's getting a bloodhound. Look, she wants to get under there. She said, I could bring the babies in here. Yeah, I still see you. She's digging. She's still denning. She's still nesting. She knows there's a way in. Her mom told her there's a way in. Somebody mute inbox. Oh, well, I'm not getting a mystery breed. I think everybody knows what I'm getting. All right. Ellie, this is BS. Oh, I see what you did. You pushed the board. There we go. I pushed the board back. She's like, this is what she goes, wait, hold on. What did you do? I pushed the board back. In fact, hold on. She's like, this is what she goes, wait, hold on. What did you do? I pushed the board back. In fact, hold on. Here we go. Haha. Look at her. She's very disappointed in me now. Okay. We're back. Okay, so she doesn't want to, she doesn't have to potty. She's just looking for a place to hide. I'm back. That's Life Flight. We are reasonably near a major hospital and a Trauma 1 center. She said, look, I peed. I'll prove to you that I'm not fibbing. Ellie, you're not going under that shed. She goes, really? Or under the deck. She said, I could. She said, it'd be fun. Yeah, I know, right? Exactly. She said, I didn't. Come up here and lay down. Get up here. Ellie, come up here. Ellie! Come on, sissy, get up. There you go. Lay down there, sissy. There you go. She goes, okay, we'll lay here and be comfy. I'm trying to have a girls' night out, right? Right, exactly. This is why you never leave the girls alone with the puppies. Flame tried to hide them under there. Flame got under there and was stuck under there, and she tried to hide them under there. She could not be left alone with the puppies either. Well, it's only because she wants to move them. Are you trying to raise them in the wild, Ellie? Is that what you want to do? Is that right? You live near an Air Force base? You missed it, Northgate. Ellie was just trying to get under the shed. She was trying very hard to get under the shed and got mad when I replaced the barrier. It's lies. It's all fake news. Is that right? No, we're not going back outside. She said I could. My sissies. I have Tinder for a week. Tinder goes home next Wednesday or Thursday. They went to Hawaii and all I got was a dog. They went to Hawaii and all I got was a dog. What do you think? She says, not my problem. She says, I don't think very much. I just sleeping. They are little piddles. Oh, beanies. I love Tinny. She's such a good girl. I mean, she could live here easily. I absolutely love that girl. Tinder is the super cuddly one that likes to sit in my lap. She is 110% cuddles. And poor Sadie has been living the isolated life because she's in heat. So she's been on the other side. Like I have 3 camps. I have Ellie in here. I have Sadie in the kitchen and dining room. And I have the boys and Tinder in the sunroom. And then everybody gets to go out. I love Tinder. I love Tinder a lot. Hey, Sierra, how are you? Yes, Tinder needs to be finished first. She needs to be finished, and then she can be she'll be a club champion, and then she'll be bred. Sadie gets to be with Plankton, who bullies her. Who bullies her? The cat bullies her. Oh, that's exciting, Sierra. Oh, Ellie has her grand championship. Isn't that right, Ellie? She said, that is right, I do. She said, I do. I know Tinder babies would be fantastic. Yeah, safe travels, Sierra. Let us know. Keep us posted. Who do I have? I have Nori in my hands. And good. Oh my God, I read that wrong. I thought you said not Luck or Duck, but the other good. Did I show her? So her owner showed her first, and then she needed to grow up. She got a couple of reserved, like 5-point majors. And then she needed to grow up. And then I had her out for a little bit and put a major on her and a couple of points. But then I was breeding the little monsters. So a friend of mine who is a Toller breeder took her out and got her championship in like two weekends because she didn't need much. And then got her grand right after that. Isn't that right? She says yes. Like, she finished in no time. Because I could have shown her, but she was going to have to be away from home longer because I wasn't going to as many shows. Whereas the friend who showed her is a handler, and so she was able to take her out like every single weekend and get her done quickly. Jason, how are you? Jason, how are you? How is your puppy? Jason, oh my God, it's got to be good because I see that it's your profile page. Profile picture, I mean. So Jason was someone who was supposed to get one of the little monsters. And then I didn't have a puppy for him, which was devastating because he and his wife were lovely. And so I helped them get a puppy from somebody else. Who I love them. I love their dog. And so it worked out really well. They have a Aussie, I think, and they're told yes. He came in and it said invite Jason to join as a guest, so maybe he just rolled through. Thank you, Missy. I think she is. Maybe he just rolled through. He might not have stayed in the live. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a very nice family. It's very hard telling them I didn't have a puppy for him. Yeah, he rolled through. It was super duper hard telling him I didn't have a puppy. But they were really nice. They were very, those conversations are hard to have. And I sucked it up and had it. And they were really good about it. They took some time to think about it and came back and asked questions. And I said, you can either wait for this litter. And look how long they would have been waiting. They would have been waiting 9 months. Or I said, I know somebody who has an extra puppy in a litter right now. And so they took that puppy, which made me very happy for them. And for the person who had the puppy, because I knew that was a good home. And I do that. If I have somebody who's waiting for a puppy and I don't have... That's another reason I don't keep much of a waiting list, because people say I'm looking for a puppy. I'm like, hey, I know somebody who has a puppy, and I know people who have puppy availability. And then I just... they get homes that way. Right now, Paul has the litter coming, and I've been sending him a ton of homes. Because that's what we should do. And I just helped somebody else place 2 boys. I mean, I won't do it if I don't think that the breeder's a decent breeder. Which is Nori. Nori is right under there. You can't see her right now because Ellie's in the way. Paul's having 5 to 7. Paul is having 5 to 7 puppies. There she is. Look how fat she is. She's gained a lot of weight. Hold on, let me get the chart. Because you're a detail wonk just like me. You love this sort of stuff. Oh, there goes the pen. She does hide in the feathers. Yeah. Well, Jacob's met her, Nori. Jacob's met Fathom because Jacob's been at Paul's house. So Nori has doubled her weight. Is there anybody who hasn't doubled their weight? No. Jenna's more than doubled her weight. Jenna's way more than doubled her weight. Victor has doubled her weight. Nori has doubled her weight. Echo has doubled his weight. And yeah, everybody's doubled their weight. So that makes me very happy, which is where you want them by day 10. And they've all doubled their weight with, room to spare. Yeah, Port just got his hunting retriever test at the last UKC test. And hopefully at least one of my dogs will pick up an eye this weekend. That would be so exciting. How is Carter? What is Carter doing? Yeah, Fathom is a good name. Her registered name is In Too Deep. She learned anything? Yeah, it's, is it Lakota or Geronimo In Too Deep at Northgate? Northgate also has one of my puppies, Champion Wildwater Saved Me a Slice. Ooh, that's exciting, Northgate. Geronimo, okay. She also has Apple, who, funny. So Lauren showed Apple, put some points on her, and she came to me with 6 points. And in the first 3 days I had her out at a show, she got 9 points and she was finished. Bang, bang, bang. And so then we put some grand feats and majors on her and sent her home. Okay, we're done with her. She can go home now. She's a good girl, though. She's such a good girl. Ellie is actively Northgate. Ellie is actively trying to dig under the shed. Me too. Because I showed up and I thought, well, this will be okay. And we went winner's bitch the first day for a point or 2 points, and then the next day we went best of winners. I want to say for a major, right? And then Friday we got a 5-point major and she was done. And I wasn't sure. I mean, I counted points. It was funny, guys, because you need 15 points, right? And if you move up your bitch before you get 15 points, you lose any champion points that you get. So I wanted to be really sure. And I kept asking Lauren, Exactly how many points does she have? Exactly how many points does she have? Because I need to know exactly how many she has. We counted to 15 1,000 times. Absolutely. And then she got 2 grand majors and 2 champion defeats, right? Isn't that right? She got over the weekend? Because I only showed her 2 days. I didn't show her all 3 shows on the weekend. I showed Sadie one day. Yeah, we can't. And I was like, how many points did she come to me with? How many? Tell me again. I want to be sure. So, yeah, it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. And she was done. I'm like, okay, she's good. Let's send her home. And Apple was a charmer to have here. She was so sweet. And then, so here's my little brag for those of you who haven't heard this story already, and I know it's so obnoxious. I had Franklin there. Franklin went reserve winner's dog on Thursday. He went reserve winner's dog on Wednesday he went reserve. Thursday he went reserve. And I'm like, it's okay. He's a puppy. He's 6 months old. And Friday he walked away empty-handed. I'm like, it's all right. What are we going to do? It's fine. And then Saturday morning he went best of winners for a 5-point major. And I was shocked. And then Saturday afternoon, he went winner's dog for a 3-point major. Again, I was shocked. And then Sunday, I'm showing him, and the judge keeps staring at me and staring at the dog. And I'm like, does she like him or is she going to disqualify us? I wasn't really sure. And she picked him and put him up front. But they will often do that with the class dog and then put the best of breed dog in front of you. And I was like, okay. But then she picked my bitch, Apple, to go behind me, which means that Franklin was getting best of breed. And I turned to my friend Karen, who was showing Apple, and I was like, is this really happening? And Karen, true to form, said, maybe, keep showing your dog. And I'm like, okay, I haven't stopped. And so Franklin went best of breed from the classes over multiple specials for a 5-point major, and his sister went best of opposite over specials for a 5-point major, for a 3-point major, I think that was. I don't think she got a 5-point then. I think it was 3 points. And the judge was complimenting Franklin and how much she liked him. And I said, thank you. She said, you bred him, didn't you? And I said, I did. She said, you should be proud of him. He's a lovely dog, blah, blah, blah. Gave me all the rosette, gave me all the ribbons, and then said, and this turned to my friend Karen and said, and this bitch too. I like her very much. And I said, ma'am, I bred her also. And she's like, oh, you should be very proud of yourself. So it was kind of exciting. It was very exciting because that sort of thing doesn't happen. And then I saw the judge later and she's like, you should bring him back to me. I like him very much. So that was cool. That was a coolio story. Northgate, I wanted to. I'll tell you, because I'm sitting there showing my dog and I realized I'm in the best of breed spot with my 6-month-old puppy. He was 6 months and a week. 6 months, not even a week. It was days. Well, he must have been a week by that point. No, because he turned 6 months old on Tuesday, and that was Sunday. Oh, it was a lot of that, Great Babe. Hey, Charlie. There was a lot of that. I told you, I turned to my friend who was standing right behind me and was like, is what I think happening really happening? Yeah, I was floating. When I was, people are congratulating you. And anybody who listened, I stopped. Anybody I knew, I would make them stop and listen to my story because I was so excited. It's going well. So, yeah, I was very, very happy with that. What do you think, Sissy? You and your brother were Pacey McPacerson when you were babies, or else you would have had a little more success. So, Northgate, am I crazy if I go to Orlando? Am I crazy? I'm thinking about it. You're a bad influence. I would bring Sadie for sweeps and veterans. You enable crazy. Frank for breed, or both Sadie and Frank for breed, and sweeps for Frank. He should still be old enough. And then maybe this keeper puppy. 6 months old. They'll be 6 months old. What do you think, sister? But I'll need help. If I do all of that, I will definitely need help, because when we check in, we'll need to have 2 puppies. I don't know. It's going to be right after the National. I don't know if I can afford it. I guess it depends on how I do at the National. Is that what it does? It depends upon, Ellie? It depends. You'll come with. It's in Orlando, Florida. The National is at in Red Lodge, Montana. And I'm definitely going there. And I'm taking... Who am I taking? I'm taking Sadie. I'm taking Frank. I think I'm taking Apple. And I don't know, maybe Garnet, maybe Carter. I don't know. No, she doesn't. She does not need water. She pants when she nurses them, and she has helped the puppy to find the nip. They're okay. Trust me, they're fine. These puppies are big enough to be feeding themselves. They're doing well. They're well and strong, and that puppy is falling asleep because it was just nursing. The National does change locations. What I don't like, though, is her laying, because when she moves that leg, there you go, sister. When she moves the leg, it's going to crack her between the leg and the pig rail, and I don't want to do that. Are you trying to find your mom? There you go. Go under there, sister. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. Bath time was an event. Do you require all of your puppies to be shown? No, I don't. Not all puppies are capable. Well, I'm going to drive to, 22 hours. Can you show the mom again? There she is. I'm going to drive to Iowa and stop there and then try to push on from there. That is my plan. You thought all Nationals were at Purina? No. I have a friend of mine who lives like a half an hour from Purina. You could show every single weekend there. So I'll go to Red Lodge, and then we'll go down to Yellowstone for a day or 2. Can I ask what you feed? ProPlan 3020. I do not have any hard and fast requirements, though I encourage people not to feed raw, because I think it is almost raw or fresh cooked. If you're going to feed something, it should be a diet that is developed by a veterinary nutritionist. And most of these foods do not have a veterinary nutritionist who is doing that. They are tollers. There's a whole army of them. A little pack of minions. And that is Ellie. And Ellie is doing great. WAVCSA and AFCOA compliant. Exactly. That's exactly what I suggest. I love 3020. I am familiar with Victor. I think if I was going on a budget, it's not a bad food to have. I've been trying to get one for so long. Really, there are some in Germany. In fact, I know somebody. If you reach out to me, Leo, I know somebody. He just ran by with Bodhi's food bowl. That's hysterical. That's really funny. Charlie's zooming along. I love it. Because I've been talking to somebody in Germany because I almost got a puppy from them. Now, I don't know how many dogs she has because I was actually going to use her dog as a sire. With his cast banging on the middle bowl. That's really funny. That is really funny. There she goes back again. There's Nori. I'm going in. I'm going to go sleep back here. I love that, Victoria. They are duck-tolling retrievers. There are also some good breeders in Italy that might be an option for you. I don't know what your requirements are if you're just looking for a pet. But you need to DM me because I'll forget when I get off the live. Pure Vita with grains and no peas. I don't know what Pure Vita is. He's using it like a weapon. That's funny. I just, honestly, I feed Purina, and I feed Purina Puppy, and for my old dog, I feed Purina Bright Minds, though she's now on, ID at this point because she had pancreatitis. I put salmon oil in everybody's food. My old dogs get Cosequin. Sadie and the oldest two also get a muscle builder, and Sadie gets Lubricin. I've like become the queen of toppers and supplements when I never was before, but here we are. Nutrisources premium. Okay. Oh, that's interesting, Victoria. That's interesting. I used to be on Royal Canin, and I loved Royal Canin. I found my dogs are super shiny. They had really small poops. Nobody ever had an upset stomach. But the problem was that I couldn't get it during COVID. See, I think the problem with toppers, I don't do a lot of toppers. I do supplements, I don't do toppers. Toppers, you use too many of them and you're disrupting the nutritional balance. Next level owned by the owners, Victor. Yeah. Oh, supplements. Yeah, so my supplements, let's see what I use. Sadie, Flame, and Sienna all get Cosequin. Sadie gets Lubricin for her shoulder. Every dog in my house gets salmon oil. Every dog in my house gets cranberry powder. Every dog in my house gets pineapple. Sienna is also on Proin. And Sienna and Sadie are also getting Ursulix right now. I think that's everything. Fortiflora. You mean Fortiflora? Yeah. So the advantage of salmon oil when you're breeding dogs, especially with a breeding bitch, is it is proven that increased fatty acids in the dam's diet increases intelligence in the puppies. Oh, plaque off. Yes, I do plaque off. And I do water. I don't do bone broth, but bone broth is certainly a solid choice. Yes, I do plaque off also. Thank you for reminding me. All of my dogs get plaque off. Yeah, bone broth is a decent choice. As long as it's salt-free, you're good. Now, here's something that I haven't tried yet, and I'm going to try. Paul freezes, he soaks carrots in beef broth and then freezes them and gives them to the dogs, and they love them. You're giving them fruit? I guess you can. I give my dogs pineapple powder because I have poop eaters in my house. And with pineapple, they don't. Yeah, but that's not a balanced diet, though. Chicken, carrots, and sweet potatoes and cut up fruit, that's not a balanced diet. Pineapple is not bad for them. It's not true. What is your proof? It actually stops. It's not. Stan gets frozen blueberries. I love that. I love that. All right. And speaking of all of this has made me hungry, and I'm going to go eat dinner. I've been here for like 2 hours, which is a very long time. I need to go back and why is the face red? Her mouth is not clenched. Her mouth is absolutely not clenched. She is just sleeping. And this little red is just protein, and they have pink lips. They have pink lips and a pink nose. She's not red, and her teeth are not clenched. Yeah, she's just, yeah. There's nothing wrong with this bitch. Nothing at all. She is super happy. She's doing a great job with her babies. What are you doing back there, Nori? Would you like me to get Nori? She said, could you get her? She gets stuck back there. Let me get Nori. Let me get Nori. Oh, Nori's coming out. Nori's like, I found my own way out, thank you. There to go. Yeah, this camera, the light is with this yellow light and my phone, the color is not as accurate as it could be. But no, she's fine. She says, I'm fine. I'm good. So I'm going to motor. I need to get something to eat. And I think Ellie will want to go to sleep, and I need to feed other dogs if they haven't eaten already. It does make her look extra pink, doesn't it? Like, I think this looks pinker here than the pink that I see. Like, their feet look very pink to you, but to me, they don't look as pink. But I love those little feet. They're so soft. I'm going to need to download this and cut out the ESI in the beginning so everybody can see them liking their feathers, because I think that's kind of cool. And I need to make a YouTube playlist for puppies in the whelping box. That is such a good idea. Is that right? Is that what we're going to do? She says yes. All right, sports fans, I'm going to motor. Everybody take care, be kind to each other, and I will talk to you later.